And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. But you look at this defense. They were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue. The Lions at 4-6 now on the year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On 2nd down, here's Allen. A short throw to Ingram. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern, because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards. Again, they'll throw with Allen. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Josh Jacobs with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does... Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
A run with Jacobs there on 1st down, but he'll manage only a yard or 2 at best. 2nd down coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now Allen throwing on second down. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Dietrich Wise running through and dropping him for the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Allen now looks to throw. Flushed out right. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for the touchdown. Josh Allen, 36 yards. And the Lions are able to add on to that lead. The extra point now coming from Myers. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So an early advantage now, and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
He's got Njoku over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 11 yards on the pickup there. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. 17-0 our score after one. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Second down and 8. Hurts. That's complete right around the 8. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Montgomery will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
Running for it, Montgomery, and he will take this one in for a touchdown. David Montgomery, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Shamrocks' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And it's 17-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. From his end zone, here's Rashid Shaheed. And he returns this to the 22. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they, almost to a man, told us how excited they are to be playing in this traditional Thanksgiving game. But we have to remember, this is a team that lost on Sunday. Now they get a very quick turnaround to play again. How difficult is that to do?
It's difficult under any normal circumstance when you're coming off of a loss and you have a quick turnaround. The first thing is to put the loss behind you and move forward. But when you plan on Thanksgiving Day,
look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On second down, Jacobs. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
But things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
And yet again, it's McLaurin. Down inside the 10. Touchdown! Terry McLaurin, 33 yards. And the Lions are able to stretch out their lead. Now Myers for the extra point. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. And they'll accept that penalty.
Jason Myers set to kick off.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. DJ Jones collapses the pocket and drops him for a loss of 3.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
On second down, Montgomery. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry. And they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
This offense on third down today, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. He'll take this to the 46.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. They'll come up 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Allen. And he rifles one incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Here's Allen to throw it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. And in for the Lions, touchdown. Jahan Dotson, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Lions continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the rout is on here in this first half. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Xavier Woods with a pick. And the Lions are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. We have 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. An excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
This to McLaurin out on the left side. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. Wiggles free. And he is going to have a Lions first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it and pick up first downs.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down at a yard. To the air, Allen. Throw left side, taken in by Pittman. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Throwing now is Allen. In trouble, and he's taken down. Justin Madubuike working his way to the quarterback that time.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And that is incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Jalen Smith coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Here comes the Lions punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Hamler now on the return. A little juke. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And they will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 36-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
And he's got it. Touchdown. David Njoku, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Shamrocks are able to cut into that deficit. So a very important first drive of the third quarter, Charles, and safe to say, a much-needed touchdown.
Which leads to the question, where was this in the first half? Because if they'd had a few more drives like that, they wouldn't be in this situation. But that is the kind of drive that sends a message to the other side. We're going to be here, and we're going to battle you to the end.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 92 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season.
Alert, alert, alert. At the 47-yard line.
Allen now on 1st down. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And Jacobs, I don't think he's going to get there, no. It appears they're going to mark him short of the 1st. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. Throwing is Hurts. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th, but a nice 1st down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
And he's taken down inside the 30. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a 1st down. They go play action with Hurts. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Play action. Here's Hurts. It's caught by OBJ. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Here's Hurts to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. And quickly, they get to the line. They'll run for it with Montgomery. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. David Montgomery with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Shamrocks have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that cuts this lead down to 13. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Now all of a sudden we've got an interesting game here. You just saw them go down and score a touchdown. And what was a comfortable lead at halftime, it's down to a 2-score game.
And so the obvious thought is they've got to ramp things back up again. Got to get the offense into high gear. But we've seen this before when you've kind of been in shutdown mode for a while thinking that you're okay. It's hard to mash the gas again and have everything work perfectly. They've got to fashion together a good drive right here and now.
Because defensively, got to be feeling confident. They haven't allowed a point this half. Jacobs with a carry on 1st down as he'll get about 3 there before he's taken down.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 105 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Allen. Out to the right and complete to Pittman. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball and continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And in for the Lions touchdown. Terry McLaurin, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Hurts throw going to be caught by Davis. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailed by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And the Lions are going to have it here just past the 25. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 15.
Middle. What's that?
Running is Jacobs. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They need 12 here. It's 3rd down.
What's that?
Now a carry for Jacobs. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Returning it, here's Hamler. Shedding the tackle. Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
1st down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 60 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
The 1st down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Now it's Chris Boswell on for the field goal try. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard, and they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here. He completes it. They've got a 1st down. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise, and the Shamrocks get a bit closer. Just a formality now, but here's the extra point. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. So on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they play to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to